All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with another episode of this freaking show, the weekly podcast with a little bit of something and a whole lot of nothing. I'm your host, Travesty, and with me this evening, as always,
Awkward Colin.
And Geek Cast Joe.
and this episode of this freaking show is brought to you by Firepit Bar and Grill of Peotone, Illinois. If you're looking for a restaurant that has delicious burgers and apparently serves frog legs, who knew?
Hey, that was good.
You sell frog legs now?
They
Do they
sell
sell frog
frog-
legs now?
They sell frog legs, yeah.
That's awesome. I love frog legs.
Yeah. I got them last week. Well, by last week, 2 days ago, I guess, technically. This past weekend, I got frog legs. I didn't hate them. I just couldn't get into them.
Mm-hmm.
What? They didn't taste horrible. They just taste like chicken. It was like a mushier kind of chicken. I've been to it. I'm like, I can't do it. Like, it's even though it was a fine flavor, I just couldn't do it.
Gotcha. It's just the idea of frog.
I don't even know if that was it. It was just, I've been into it, and I'm like, maybe I was expecting more to it, but it was just, I just couldn't do it. It was, when you look at it, it just looks like a small chicken wing.
Yeah, that's all it tastes like too.
Yeah. Yeah, so I boxed them up. I said whatever, because I got ribs for dinner,
Nice.
and I just got them because I wanted to try them. It's like the same thing with that beer they had there. I had a sample of this really dark tar beer, or whatever the fuck it is.
It's called Goodwood.
It's called Goodwood. It's very, very dark. And I was like, I'm going to give it a shot. I gave Con the rest of it because I sipped it and I was like, no, ain't for me. But I tried it. I'm all about trying new things now.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, there's, different things that are happening in my life. Things are changing, shit like that. I've started a new job this week, so, new adventures. Colin's leaving me. So,
Yes.
Colin got his old place.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So on the 1 week in the entire year where people are supposed to join together in love, Colin's leaving me.
It's awkward.
I'm not leaving until the middle of March.
Yeah. But Colin found an apartment. So my little bird's leaving the nest.
Aw.
He's all grown up.
All grown up. But I'm happy for him.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, he seems happy for himself, so which is awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, lots
of apartment or house.
It's almost like it's half of a house.
To me, it sounds like a duplex.
Yeah, you're getting part of the duplex. I dig it.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's older.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's character, especially with the creepy women pictures that we bought at the auction today.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went auctioning today. It was
Nice.
awesome. We picked up a lot of things for a very, very low price. It was crazy because, and that's one thing I love about going to like those like small country town auctions, because like people don't want to go there and piss away like thousands of dollars on like a trinket.
Right.
They want to go there and like, I really don't need this, but for $2, why not? Kind of thing.
Yeah.
So we went out there, and when I got there, like my main focus was, I wanted to get just some tools and some Christmas decorations if they had them, because I need a Christmas tree, and I thought, well, I know they have Christmas shit there, so maybe if they have a Christmas tree, I'll get that, and like just whatever tools they had laying around. I ended up getting truck ramps, a cooler, tools,
Nice.
bunch of other shit. It was a plethora of shit. I think that my favorite thing that I bought was this little carousel thing that you put like 6 different bottles of liquor on, and it gives you like a shot, like a measured out shot of it, just by like pulling something out of the bottom. So it's kind of like a liquor dispenser for 6 different liquors on this carousel. So
Nice. I've always wanted one of those.
I got it for $10.
That's awesome.
But the thing that sucked is like they grouped it with a bunch of other shit. So like not only did I get that for $10, but I got some like Christmas like platters and like a tin of like ribbons.
Yeah.
So I mean, it was a lot of stuff. I mean, because Colin looked out like perfect with like everything that he bought. Colin spent like what was it, like $35?
Yeah, I think like 32.50.
Yeah, he got
Wow.
like three and a half boxes of stuff, including a wine bottle holder that looks like a metal barrel, but you
Yeah,
just
like a wine barrel.
like a wine barrel that you slide. I think it's like 6 wine bottles into. It's pretty
Yeah.
fucking cool. Yeah, so
That's awesome.
yeah, so I called my mom. I told her like, hey, I found another auction next week, and she's all like, hey, you just started a new job. You should take it easy. I'm like, I know, but it's just like small things I like going for. I mean, obviously, I went to like, the one auction and got like a shit ton of big things, but now I kind of just like the small little knick-knacky things I can find around the house. Like I was telling her, like the only reason I want to go to the auction next week is because they have like a hose reel for the hose outside. I kind of want to pick up because it's a lot easier to buy one of those at an auction for $5 than me spending $65 for one at Menards.
Yeah.
So. But
Picking up
the
what
auctions,
you're saying.
Uh, Joe, you would not believe this auction. It was insane. An entire bed set, and I mean like a legit bed set. The bed frame had the stands that go up above the bed and had like the top on it. Like how you see like in movies and then they have like curtains hanging from
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
yeah,
It was
it's
like that but without curtains.
yeah, like a pillar canopy kind of bed.
Fantastic.
With a big old dresser and like an armoire for $100.
Jeez.
And,
Like a whole
and it was
bedroom set,
solid
basically.
wood.
Yeah, I bought a china cabinet for the living room because as soon as I sell the other couch, I'm gonna have the open space on the wall. I bought a china cabinet for $5,
Nice.
and it's in great shape. I mean, it was things that like people just want to get out of there, get rid of, and like they'll start the bidding at like $200, eventually drop down. There was a dining room set. There was a table with 6 chairs, a little buffet serving table, and like a huge china cabinet that they're trying to sell off. It got down all the way down 150, and no one bought it
Hmm.
because no one wanted to pay that much for it. And they're like, "Well, we're not going to go less than 150 on it." But it's like, I mean, something like that would go normally for like $400 or $500 used garage sale kind of stuff. But at auctions, I mean, like, it's only worth what people are willing to pay for it. I
Right.
bought I bought a toolbox with a bunch of random crappy tools in it for like $25, and some guy gave me $5 for one pair of pliers.
Nice.
Yeah.
Because there were people
Really
there.
interesting looking pair too.
Yeah, it was like a pair of Nuno's pliers, but they're bent inwards towards each other.
Yeah.
It's fun and goofy, yeah. And but that's what people were doing. Like, people were buying like these boxes of tools and shit just for one tool out of the entire thing. But since it was all bundled together, you have to take it.
Mm.
So, but it was a lot of fun. I enjoy going to those and everything. Especially, I went there and we filled up um Carl's the bed of Carl's truck with everything we bought, and then I put the obviously the china cabinet in my truck. But with between everything, we ended up spending like $140 altogether.
Nice.
The most expensive thing I bought was a beer stein for baseball Babe Ruth beer stein.
Yeah, really nice one.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
yeah, it was.
Had like all his stats at the bottom of the on the bottom, right?
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be one of the prized memorabilia things I put in my my bar downstairs.
Sweet.
Yeah. So
Love it.
I'm
That's
excited.
awesome.
I'm excited for that. I did that. What'd you end up doing this weekend, Joe? Anything fun? Anything exciting?
So we were pretty well snowed in, so we didn't really get out to do much. But Saturday morning, in between snows, we got out to there's a dam nearby where a lot like bald eagles really like to hang out there, and so people go and actually they look at the birds. They've got like telescopes set up so that you can get a good look at them without disturbing them, and it was really cool. We got to see about I think it was 4 bald eagles and some weird ducks you wouldn't normally see. I guess I don't really understand birding very well. But some people are into it, and that's cool. But it's just amazing. They're such beautiful birds, and they're huge. Like I forget how big they are until I see them again. And it's like a 3-foot tall bird with a 7-foot wingspan. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous. So that was cool. And that's pretty much all we did. We've been playing, before the podcast, the wife and I were playing a board game we both really like called Aquasphere, which is a great game. You ever get the chance to play it. And
Never heard of
we
it.
played a board game yesterday, and other than that, it's been homework. So, really not as exciting as going antique thrifting, I guess, or auction thrifting. Auctioning? I don't know what it's called.
Auction hunting, stuff like that. Yeah, but I mean, on the right side, I mean, obviously this week's gotta be pretty fun, right? I mean, Valentine's Day is coming up for you guys, people who have loved ones in your lives, huh?
Yeah, that'll be basically a Tuesday.
Yeah, basically Tuesday.
So I don't know. I think if she weren't in teaching and would actually come home with some energy at the end of the day, it might be different. But I think we're probably going to be saving up for Saturday, and Saturday we might do something fun. So
I gotcha. Yeah, I mean, a lot of my friends they did Valentine's Day this weekend because obviously it's hard to enjoy a Valentine's Day night out on Tuesday night. Obviously, um, I always wondered like, could Valentine's Day mean as much if it was like designated to a day like, let's say Memorial Day, Labor Day, Thanksgiving, how those are designated to certain days of the week as
as you
opposed
say,
to a
like
date.
it's always the second Saturday in February.
Yeah, yeah. Like I mean, like because I mean, like when you look at it, like most of the holidays, like when you got what Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, New Year's Eve, and New Year's Day, those are dates, but
Right.
they change every single year. All the other holidays, the what government recognized holidays, what the fuck they call it, national holidays, they're days of the week.
Right.
Thanksgiving, Memorial Day, Labor Day, or Fourth of July gets considered a day too. Obviously, you can't have the Fourth of July on just any random fucking Saturday because there'll
Right.
never be the Fourth of July again, unless you change it just to Independence Day and just make it random.
Right. Which
Like
I'd be fine with, but I get why we celebrate it on that specific day.
yeah,
The 4th of July?
Yeah.
Isn't it always celebrated the 4th?
Yeah, that's
it
what
always
we're saying. We're saying, but
yeah.
you could instead of calling it the 4th of July, you could make the federal holiday Independence Day,
Mm-hmm.
and make that always the Saturday after the 4th or something like that.
Yeah, like make the day it's recognized compared to the day it's observed.
Right.
Mm.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but then you don't get and most people I guess don't get the day off anyway, so it's not like it's
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I know what the last company I was at. I think the 4th of July was on a Monday this year. Or no, it was a Tuesday. I just want to look up real quick because if it's Monday, then my point means
4th of
nothing.
July is on Tuesday.
4th of July is on Tuesday. So with my company or the company I used to work for, they gave you the 4th of July off. So you're working Monday, you're off Tuesday, and then you work again on Wednesday. Which it would be nice if some companies like would give you that Monday off.
right.
And that Monday and that Tuesday because the company I used to be at, they had like a floating holiday, and instead of doing that, they gave you like Good Friday off or something like that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I gotta figure out what the holidays are recognized by the new company I'm at. I gotta get all that information this week. Yeah. It's weird it's kind of weird trying to have a conversation about something that hasn't happened yet because when this gets released, it has already happened.
That's true.
So I keep wanting to say this week, but when everyone listens to it, the earliest they're going to hear this is Saturday morning, and the week has already gone by.
Yep.
That's all right.
It's so fucking goofy. Especially now since with my new schedule, we have to push our recording back to Sunday.
I was thinking about that too. How it's like yeah.
Yeah, maybe we could convince Derek just to edit it on Sunday night and just put it out on fucking Monday. Because now we're gonna waste 7 days to even get anything out.
It's true.
It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be fucking crazy.
It will be.
But yeah, but when mentioning crazy. See, I'm trying to work on these segues. I think I'm getting pretty good at it. Speaking of crazy, I wanted to kind of get an idea of like the statistics behind Valentine's Day. because I assume that a lot of people um, spend a lot of money when it comes to Valentine's Day. I mean,
Oh
whether
yeah.
it be that they really, really love somebody, really want to impress somebody, or really hoping somebody forgives them for something they fucked up on. Um, so I kind of want to look at some of the statistics and everything that were behind Valentine's Day, and I found this thing called statisticbrain.com
Hmm.
/ Valentine's Day, and I'm just going to read off some statistics here, and I want you guys to tell me if you're surprised by this or not, because a couple of them I get it, but a little shocking. Just tell me if you guys agree with, or if you guys are surprised with these results. So the average annual Valentine's Day spending accumulated out to $13,290,000,000
Total.
total. Yes.
Gotcha. Not like
Are
the
you
average
surprised?
guy spending $13 billion,
Oh, if there is, then I've been doing this wrong the whole life.
right? I believe it.
Believe that?
Totally.
Number of Valentine's Day cards exchanged annually. Do you know what that number is?
Oh, it's got to be in the millions at least.
Oh, it's definitely in the millions, but what kind of millions? Like, is it like
7.
130 million.
180?
Dang it.
They're saying that 180 Valentine's Day cards are exchanged annually. Average number of roses produced for Valentine's Day is 198 million. 85% of Valentine's Day cards are bought by women,
Hmm.
which I was surprised by that.
Yeah.
I mean, like in all the Valentine's Days that I have had, granted there have been more where I've been alone than with somebody. Um, I've gotten like homemade cards, but I've never gotten like a Hallmark card or like a store bought card or anything. But I've got like homemade cards, like made by hand kind of cards.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So that surprises me. I've never seen I don't think my mom ever bought Carla a card. If she did, I've never seen it before. Anniversaries and birthdays, I know she does. Not Valentine's Day though.
Hmm.
Valentine's Day seems a lot like it's a day where guys are supposed to get women things.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right, because the new other holiday is Steak and RH Day, right?
I was gonna go Sweetest Day, but yeah, there's also Steak and RH Day. I forgot about Steak. What is that? March 14th, right?
Mhm, yeah, it's a month after Valentine's Day.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that in March. Perfect. I forgot all about it, but yeah, I mean, Sweetest Day isn't Sweetest Day supposed to be like the men's Valentine's Day?
I don't know. I honestly
I
am not
think
sure.
so.
I celebrated it once, and it was with a girlfriend.
Nice.
Fucking 5 years ago. Sweetest Day is a holiday that is celebrated in the Midwestern United States and parts of the Northeastern United States on the third Saturday of October. It is a day to share romantic deeds or expressions. 10 states and part of 2 states observe Sweetest Day. Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky, Michigan, Missouri, North Dakota, Ohio, South Dakota, Wisconsin, West Virginia, Washington, and areas of both New York and Pennsylvania. West of the spine of the Appalachian Mountains, Sweetest Day has also been referred to as the what the fuck is that word? Concocted?
The what?
Concocted? 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 I don't know.
I have no idea. It doesn't even.
Yep.
Probably concaded.
How does it say it? Spell it one more time for me.
Concocted.
Oh, concocted.
Concocted. Is that what it is?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen that word spelled out before.
I've never heard it spelled out, so I'm.
Concocted promotion created by the candy industry solely to increase sales of sweets. Yeah. Yeah. No shit. What the fuck? The first Sweetest Day. Do you know what year the first Sweetest Day was? Just real quick.
2013.
1948.
1921.
Damn it.
But anyways, I always heard the Sweetest Day was like the guys' form of Valentine's Day, but I mean, obviously there is taken on each day. I can honestly say I've never celebrated it, but it intrigues me. Anyways, wink, wink to the ladies out there. The amount of average consumer spend on Valentine's Day per person is $116. I'm assuming that's dinner and gifts. Again, I've been doing it wrong my whole life.
Mhm.
Percent of consumers who celebrate Valentine's Day, 61%. Percent of women who would end their relationships if they didn't get something from Valentine's Day. Do you know what that is?
A good sign to go ahead and statistically dump your girlfriend because she's superficial and ridiculous.
That's right.
Yeah.
This number is actually pretty. I'm surprised how high it is. You guys want to give a guess on what it is?
I thought you just said it was 61%.
No, 61% is the percent of consumers who celebrate Valentine's Day.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Well, what is the percent of women who would end their relationship if they didn't get something for Valentine's Day?
Oh god,
You know
I
what
hope
that
it's like
number is?
12. I hope it's
Let's
not so
say
high.
around 35.
53% of women.
That's more than half, guys, gals.
That is
It's really fucking pathetic too.
that is actually 3% more than half. Yes, that's fucking nuts. I wouldn't think it would be that high.
It's ridiculous.
I mean, like,
I wouldn't either. I was blown away when I thought it was 61%, but I still think it's crazy that it's 53.
yeah, I think what it is, and I'm just gonna go and I'm gonna try to save women here on this statistic. I think it's 53% would, not will. So I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt. Like they'd be so upset they want to break up with the guy, but they would be like, you know what, it's not worth it, and then just bitch about it for a week and a half until he ended up getting her something.
Yeah.
I mean these 53% women. I mean they get fucking like oral and like jewelry for like the next 2 weeks. No dumb. Like she's the one that's getting foreplayed for the next week and a half.
Yep.
Guarantee it. They got fucking worked out. Average number of children conceived on Valentine's Day. Average number, what is it?
180 million.
My God.
Like 40,000.
1,500.
11,000. Which that also seems high to me. But hey, I mean it's all fucking possible, I guess. You conceived on Valentine's Day. When are you born then? What is that, 9 months after November?
Yeah.
Is there-
January. No. You're right.
January?
No. January would be
Are
like 11 months. That'd be ridiculous.
11 fucking yeah, November.
Take it as a lesson, kids. If you're wrong, be wrong confidently. January. What are we, elephants? No, they have an 18-month gestation period.
What? Why do you know that?
I don't know why I know that. I wish that I did.
Because he studies up on that kind of stuff. Just leave him alone.
I think I heard it on Animal Planet once, and it just stuck for some reason.
Joey, I have been laid off for 3 weeks at home doing absolutely nothing, and I have no idea what the fucking birth period is to any fucking animal whatsoever. No one should ever be that bored in life.
Well, I think you had friends growing up, and I had television and books.
I had friends, and you had the wrong questions. I'm telling you right now, there's not one lonely person in this fucking world who says, "I really want to know how long an elephant's pregnant for."
I don't think I wanted to know. I think it was on like the underside of a Snapple cap.
I think that's everyone's excuse. Like, I don't know how I know it. I think I drank a fucking Snapple one day and it just happened to be there. I think, you know what? It could have been on a Snapple fact. I don't know.
I have no idea. I really have no idea why I know it. I
Yeah.
did double check though, and this time I was correct. So.
Yeah, for Asian elephants. Because I looked it up myself.
Awesome.
African elephants go to 22 months though.
It's true.
Fucking overachievers. But anyways, yeah. So I mean, I thought those facts or statistics were really out there, but I mean, hey, it could make sense, and it's possibly very, very true. Yeah, I'm done with that. So I want to play a quick game with you guys, since you guys are the ones with significant others. Joey, with you being married to your wife for almost 2 years now, and dating for 6. Am I right on that?
We started dating 7 years ago. So yes.
So that was very close. Colin, you and Sam have been together for 6 to 8 months. I can't remember. 6?
July.
8? So what is that? Is that a pregnancy time?
Huh?
Is that like 8, 9 months? I don't know. Help me out here, Joe. How many months is that?
I couldn't count it right the first time. August, September, October, November, December, January, February. That's 7.
7. Okay,
On my
so
fingers
7.
though, so I don't.
On my fucking fingers. Holy shit. Okay, so I'm gonna ask you guys. We're gonna play a quick game. It's gonna be called First Date or Last Date, and basically what it's gonna run down to, I put up a bunch of questions that are normally asked on first dates. Now I'm gonna ask you these questions, and you need to decide: is it a first date question? If it is, you got to answer it, or you tell me if it's a last date question, as in this first date is the last date. You're
Okay,
never gonna talk.
Can you give me an example?
Well, I'm gonna give you the questions. Okay, so like, I'm gonna ask you a question like, how big is your anal cavity? Now, if you hear that question on a first date, you're gonna tell me, that's a normal question. It's about 2 centimeters. I don't fucking know. I'm not British. So I don't know what centimeters, how big that fucking thing is.
About
I'm
an inch.
assuming somewhere. There you go. So about an inch. If you don't feel comfortable answering that question, whether to me or a first date, you just say last date. Last date question.
All
It's
right.
just a way. It's just a way for us to have a fun game and for people to kind of know a little bit more about you guys and how far you're willing to push push your limits of openness towards people.
All right.
Yeah. And I don't.
First date or last date?
Yep. You just say first date, then give the answer, or last date question, and then that's the end of the question for you. Unfortunately, I don't get to participate because I'm single, and I get a pass on that. So
Seems fair.
I know, right? There's 20 of them. I'm going to read all of them, so we're going to go through them pretty quickly. Question number 1: how much money do you make?
I'd say last date.
I think that's a last date too.
Okay. How do I look?
That's first date.
First date, lovely.
If they did not look lovely, would you be honest with them?
Yes.
Would you?
I would be honest, but I don't know if I would say lovely if I was being honest. I just assumed they'd be lovely because I've only ever gone on first dates with lovely ladies.
Exactly. What about you, Con? If it was a first date and they said how you look, like let's say they didn't look really pleasant, would you tell them up front? Like if they had like an odor.
Honestly, I probably lied. They'll say you look good.
All right. I think lying's acceptable there at that point. Which is gonna bring me it's gonna bring up a question I want to ask Joey later that me and Colin kind of discussed earlier when we were watching How I Met Your Mother. We're gonna get through this first. Who did you vote for in the last election? First date, last date.
I don't see that being a first
date
date or last date.
But I would answer with another question, which is, who did you vote for in the last election?
Yeah, I could see that.
Is that where another lie comes in? So like, if you're to sit there and like, who'd you vote for, and then you ask her the same question back, and she said, "I'm a fucking liberal," and then you're like, "Oh, so am I," but deep down, you're glad Hillary could hopefully go to jail. I mean, like,
maybe.
Like, oh no, me too. I totally felt the burn, and you're just talking about your chlamydia.
Maybe.
All right, so you guys agreeing this is a first date then? First date question?
I think it's a fine first
Because
date question.
if she answers, you're gonna respond back.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So first date question.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's another thing for everyone listening. Like, this is not only just a quick game that we're gonna do for fun, but these are ways that we're gonna help you. So take notes of the questions you can ask, so you don't fuck up your next first date. I'm assuming people fuck up first dates. How many kids do you want to have?
I think that's an okay first date question, and my answer is at least 2 biological, and then I would like the option to adopt more.
I'd say yeah, and I'd say 2 at most.
2 of us. I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh at you, Joey.
That's fine.
The only thing that came in my head, that popped into my head, was I want to have 2 with the option to get 2 more. Oh shit! I mean, like, I want to have 4 children, but I don't want you to push more than 2 out. I mean, because we gotta preserve that. You know what I'm saying? I get it. I get what you're saying.
No, I just mean at least 2 biological, and it's just, I don't know. There are so many orphans in the world. It seems irresponsible to have more than 2.
Yeah, and that's the best answer to give. But I mean, I know what you want deep down. I can't even have that conversation because I feel so weird because it's Maddie, and it feels like I'm just like, saying things I shouldn't be saying about Maddie. It's like, I mean, she's so sweet, and it's like I don't want to sit here and talk about her vagina on the fucking podcast because I should be talking about your wife's vagina on the podcast.
Oh, jeez.
It's like totally different. Like, if I barely knew who you were, and like I never met your wife. If I saw you guys get married, and like how sweet it was, and talking about giving birth and shit.
It's hilarious to me.
Oh, next question.
14, make it like a slip and slide.
Oh god.
I keep thinking like I can't sit here in this conversation about Maddie because she goes to church with you every Sunday and she's a school teacher.
She sings in the choir.
She makes casseroles. I mean, she's
hilarious.
she's the perfect housewife who's also an independent woman. I'm talking about you preserving the tight vagina, so Oh my god. If she hears me, you tell her I apologize slightly. Oh fuck. She don't listen to the show either, right? So, I mean, we're good. That's knowing my luck. She's gonna be at school one day, like, okay, kids, we're gonna listen to this podcast for today, but it's okay because they don't do anything inappropriate.
I think she knows better than that.
Yeah. Like Mrs. Sneddon, they're talking about your hoo-ha. I'm assuming kids say hoo-ha nowadays.
Maybe.
Oh god. Question 6. What went wrong between you and your last ex? Keep in mind, these are like first date, first contact meeting questions.
I wouldn't say first date. Say last.
Last date.
I feel, yeah. I mean, if my only other option is last date, then last date. But I feel like it's not a good first date question.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be like, I'm not unashamed of answering. You know what I mean?
I agree. I agree with that.
These aren't gray area questions. Yes or no? We're going black and white on
Right.
these.
So if it's yes or no, then I'm going to say no. I'm not answering that, and we're done here.
Last date. Have you ever cheated on someone?
Also, not a first date question, but I would say no.
So you would answer it.
Same as.
I probably would answer it because I'd be so upset that I was asked it. I'd be like, no. What kind of man do you take me for? Why are we even here?
Have you ever been in love?
Yes. First date?
Yes, first date. Count?
Yeah, I can see first date.
Okay.
Hey, I'm going last date on that.
Last date on that one?
Yeah.
Where do you see this relationship going?
last date?
I think a first date. I think it's fine. That's a fine first date question. I think it's not really a relationship at that point, but I'd say first date is fine for me. I'd answer it, and I would say, well, I wouldn't have asked you out if I didn't see marriage as a possibility.
Okay. So you're the kind of person that when you do go on a first date, your expectations is long-term commitment into marriage.
Yeah, I don't date somebody unless I think that we're potentially compatible for life. I don't see the point. Yeah. Otherwise, I can just go out with friends. I don't need to have sex with my friends. You know what I mean? Like I don't have problems being friends with women. It doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm the same way. I mean, like when I go on dates, like I go on dates expecting for it to be that person.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, and that's why I don't go on a lot of dates because I don't need to date fucking trash balls and shit.
Yeah. That's why I've only really had 2 long-term relationships.
Yeah, it's like that's the one thing that sucks about like the whole like dating, like because I do the online dating because it's really hard to get out there and meet people.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when you don't have a job and can afford to go out. So that's the last thing I want to tell them. It's like, oh, what do you do for a living? Like, well, I'm in between jobs. Like, it just means you're a broke ass. But what sucks is like you get all these messages from these fucking dumpster fires, and it's just like you have no ambition whatsoever. You fucking I can't do it. And it's not that they're not attractive, Like, I mean, obviously.
Oh yeah.
And that's another thing too, and people fucking give me a lot of shit for telling me I'm wrong. Mostly women because they have like very strong opinions. That I tell everyone I talk to that a physical attraction is the most important thing in a relationship because that's the very first thing you know about somebody.
Fair.
I mean, unless like somebody goes up to you and says, "Hey, listen, I have this girl. She's absolutely amazing. She graduated with a master's degree. She went to fucking Princeton. She helps homeless people in her spare time. She only has sex with one person, but she thought she loved him, and he's a piece of shit. But she owns a puppy, and her parents go to church every Sunday, and yada yada yada. And she sounds like an amazing fucking person. But if you walk into this first date and see a dumpster fire, it kind of changes your perspective on the person itself. Not that you wanted to,
right?
It's just how it is because our whole life is based on attraction. So I'm not saying that physical attraction is the main reason for relationships, but it is a big
prime mover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It plays a very important role in it.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah. So when I meet these people on Facebook on these dating sites, you think you would try to put decent pictures up there. And either half of them are wearing like sweatpants and like sweatshirts that are too big for them to fucking wear, which I'm assuming is probably like a fucking ex-boyfriend's, which is gross. Or they're using Snapchat filters, like the fucking butterflies flying around the fucking head. It's like just put a normal fucking picture up there. Anyways, that's just me.
Fair.
Yeah. Why are you single?
That's a first date.
Yeah, I think that's a fine first date question. I just don't know if I have an answer for that. Oh, right. Because I only date people who I'm interested in potentially marrying.
See, I would assume you just go for the generic. I haven't found that right one yet. See, I too know how to lie.
Let's just go with, well, I'm very handsome.
Are you afraid of commitment?
No. First date question.
What do your parents do?
First date question. One runs their own business. The other is a dispatcher for barge gaugers. Is that his actual job? I don't really understand it.
Operations manager at an inspection company.
Thank you. Sorry.
But that's fine because technically, when you had to have used this on a first date, your dad was a dispatcher at an inspection company.
That is a good point.
Yeah. So you're in that same wheelhouse.
Actually, I think that might have been long enough ago. I could have said something about interstate batteries.
Yeah, actually, because I think he'd actually be.
I think he would have been an ASM for interstate at that point.
Yeah, that's very possible. No, actually, no, because when did you and Maddie meet? What year? 2000?
2009, but we started dating in 2010.
2009.
Early 2010. Like
I think Carl just transitioned to jobs that year, so it might have been the same year.
Okay.
So you could have just put he's in between jobs and made him look like shit like me.
That's true.
It's like, what did your parents do? Like, well, one owns their own company, the other one is in between jobs.
Well, back then I would have said one's a realtor and the other one is in between jobs. But
that's true. Colin, what about you? What do your parents do? Yes or no?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. My mom's an accountant.
That's right. Your mom is an accountant. At Ingalls, right?
Yep.
God. Do you have any STDs?
no.
First date? No.
It's a last day question.
Oh, I think that'd be an okay first date question.
Is it though? I mean, like usually when you ask that, you assume that Would you assume that you would sleep with this woman that night if she asked that question?
No, but I'm a wait till marriage type. So.
What if she wanted to get married that night?
I don't know. Depends on how the rest of the date goes. There's still
how
like 13
long is this
more
first
questions.
date? It's like, how long is this first date going to go? That was actually 13. We have 7 more to go.
Oh.
Number 14. What is your greatest regret?
I'd say last.
Last.
I think that's a good first date question. I just don't know what my answer would be.
Oh, it's okay. This is actually taking a lot longer than I thought, so we're just going to skip the answers. Yes or no for now. All right. Next 5. I don't know. Was it 2, 4, 6? Next 6. Okay, it's going to be like lightning round. Yes or no? Do you think your parents will like me?
Yes.
I think last and yes.
Last. Are you on a diet? First date, last date?
First date? No, I'm not
Yeah,
on a diet.
I can see it being first date and no.
Is that tan spray on?
First date? No. I don't put spray tan on my skin.
Yeah, first date? No.
Have you ever had plastic surgery?
First date? No, I have not.
First date? No.
What is your 5-year plan?
It's a really weird first date question, but
Yeah.
I still feel like it would be an okay one. I'd feel fine answering that, but I don't know that it'd have lots of details. At that point, it would have been, well, I'm planning to graduate, get a job, get married, have a couple of kids, and some dogs.
First date and yes.
Last question. Want to come up for a drink?
Want to come up for a drink?
Yep. She asked you.
First date?
You want to come up
Sure.
for a drink?
But it's not going further than this. Because we've already established my character.
Yeah, I agree.
It's weird because these were 20 first date questions you never ever want to ask, but you guys feel comfortable to ask it like a majority.
Some of them are fine.
Oh no, I don't feel comfortable asking most of these, but I am fine being asked them.
Yeah.
Oh no, but that's what I mean. I mean,
okay.
I know you guys would never ask questions like this. I know Colin will ask a couple of them, but I mean, a lot of these are first off stupid. Like, who would ever think to ask, like, are you on a diet?
I have no idea.
You know, I mean, unless like you're trying to actually plan out a date and you're worried like maybe she can't eat a certain food or something like that, I'll kind of understand that. But I mean, just ask, are you on a diet? It's kind of a shitty fucking question. Which again, I get why that's on this list of never ask.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the STD thing, I probably would never ask on a first date because that's kind of like a third date thing.
Mm-hmm. That's probably
How
fair.
much, how much money do you make? I could really give two shits on how much they make. Last
Mm-hmm.
election, who gives a shit? When we're wrong
Yeah.
between her and her last ex. That's a question I would ask in a relationship, not on a date.
You're right. Yeah.
The cheating thing I've actually did ask on a first date because whenever I went on the first date, I flat out told him like I don't date people who aren't faithful. You
Yeah.
know, I've been cheated on. I don't know if you've ever been, but it sucks. And they're like, oh yeah, I've been. It's like, have you ever cheated on somebody? You know, which sucks now because I mean, I never get to fucking use these questions ever again. I'm so alone. But it's okay. Um, yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, a lot of these questions weren't horrible, but I
No.
mean, we can all agree like to get asked these questions aren't bad. But if you were to ask these questions, how many of them do you think you would be able to ask, or would you ask
Right.
out of the 20?
Next to zero.
Next, you know,
Yeah. I don't even know. Maybe the kids one.
how many kids you want to have?
Yeah. I mean, I think that's fine. I think it's kind of a weird question, but like it's. I can remember it was one of the first questions that Maddie and I ever had. So. Or one of the first discussions, excuse me.
Yeah. Did
Yeah.
you did you did you refer to her vagina as a slip and slide at that point?
No. No.
It's like I want it to be like a wave pool at a water park
And
where
if
the
you're
buzzer
lucky,
goes.
it will be.
Buzzer goes off. People are running into the water, flailing around. A couple of them you got pulled out before they drowned. I get it.
That's hilarious. I was caught up on the wave thing, and you were caught up on the park thing, and we were talking past each other in very dirty ways, but very different.
Oh shit. Well, real quick before we move on to a con segment, what are you guys' plans for Valentine's Day? I know Joey. I know you said you're waiting until the weekend, but what exactly is your plan?
I don't think we have one yet. I'm not
Oh,
going to say it
okay.
very loud. She's right in the other room.
What about you, Colin?
I'm going to work, but then afterwards, I believe I'm picking up a heart-shaped pizza.
Nice.
Oh yeah, Pizza has that now, don't they?
Yeah.
What's it like having a Pizza Hut?
Pizza Hut is awesome.
I'm just joking. There's lots of pizza places around here, but there's none of them are local or like national chains.
Oh. Really?
Yeah.
I sent a Snapchat to Ryan of a Doreen's pizza.
Nice.
Either he got it and didn't get it, or he got it, and just refused not to respond back to me. So Wednesday on Geek Cast Live, you let Ryan know I'm highly offended that he didn't respond back to my Doreen Snapchat.
I will.
And I listened to the show, so I'll know if you asked him or not. You ask him on the show, not at the warm up to the beginning. You know, like I want it to be asked right before the "What You Geeking On" segment because I want him to know. I want the answer on the podcast saying, "Hey Ryan, Travis told me he Snapchatted you a Doreen's pizza and you got no response. What's up with that?"
Remind me, because I'll probably forget.
Oh, I'll remind you. I mean, it would be
Okay.
a lot easier if I was on the show, but I mean, fucking whatever. No, I'm totally kidding. But no, seriously, I'm going to remind you and I want to hear it.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm in.
Colin, you ready to take over?
Is it that time again?
It's always that time for you.
1 second.
Oh, yeah, take your
Getting
time.
blind in my old age.
We have all the time in the world. I don't give a shit. It's all on Derek.
Okay. Welcome back, everyone. This is the section that we like to call this frickin' state of mind. As if you have previously heard in our other episodes, we go through each state, giving a couple facts about the state that you might find interesting. Like I say every week, I get these from the internet. So some of them might be lies, because not everything on the internet is true. If you feel that I may be misleading you, go research it yourself. So let's get started right away. This week, we're going on Kansas. Good old Kansas. There is a ball of twine in Cocker City that measures over 38 feet in circumference and weighs more than 16,750 pounds. And it is still growing.
Twine, you
There
said?
is a great... What?
Twine?
Yes, twine.
Cool.
There is a grain elevator in Hutchins that is half a mile long and holds 46 million bushels in its 1,000 bins. South of Ashland, Kansas, the Rock Island Bridge is the longest railroad bridge of its kind and measures 1,200 feet long and is 100 feet above the Cimarron River. At Kansas University College of Veterinary Medicine, water beds for horses are used in surgery. Interesting. Kansas won the award for the most beautiful license plate for the wheat plate design issued in 1981. Dodge City is the windiest city in the U.S. At one time, it was against the law to serve ice cream on cherry pie in Kansas.
I respect that.
The first woman mayor in the U.S. was Susan Medora Salter. She was elected into office in Agoria, something like that, in 1887. Kansas inventors include Almond Stoger of El Dorado, who invented the dial telephone in 1889, William Purvis and Charles Wilson of Goodland, who invented the helicopter in 1909, and Omar Kendrick of Coffeyville, who invented the first frozen carbonated drink machine in 1961. Smith County is the geographical center of the 48 contiguous states.
That's cool.
Yep. Amelia Earhart, first woman granted a pilot's license by the National Aeronautic Associate, and first woman to fly solo across the Atlantic, was from Atchison, Kansas. Silent comedian Buster Keaton of early film success was from Piqua.
That's cool.
Piqua, Kansas.
I love Buster Keaton.
The three largest herds of buffalo, correctly called bison, in Kansas are located on public lands at Maxwell Game Preserve, McPherson, Big Basin, Ashland, and Buffalo Game Preserve, Garden City. Fort Riley, between Junction City and Manhattan, was the cradle of the United States Cavalry for 83 years. George Custer formed the famed 7th Cavalry there in 1866, and 10 years later at the Battle of Little Bighorn, the 7th Cavalry was virtually wiped out. The only cavalry survivor was a horse named Comanche. That's kind of ironic.
Yeah. Kind of awesome.
Wyatt Earp, James Butler Wild Bill Hickok, and William B. Masterson were three of the legendary lawmen who kept the peace in rowdy frontier towns like Abilene, Dodge City, Ellsworth, Hayes, and Wichita, Kansas. There's a public swimming pool at the Lee Richardson Zoo in Garden City, and it occupies half a city block and holds 2.5 million gallons of water.
Damn.
It's a big ass public pool.
Yeah, it is.
Barton County is the only Kansas county that is named for a woman, the famous volunteer Civil War nurse Clara Barton.
Nice.
The Arkansas, the Arkansas.
Arkansas, yeah.
Well, I don't know why I'm having. Well, you might understand it a little bit. The Arkansas River may be the only river whose pronunciation changes as it crosses state line. In Kansas, it is called the Arkansas River, and then both sides of Kansas, in Colorado and Oklahoma, it is called the Arkansas River.
Huh.
So,
that's kind of awesome.
Civil War veteran S.P. Dinsmore used over 100 tons of concrete to build the Garden of Eden in Lucas. Even the flag above the mausoleum is made of concrete.
Nice.
Hutchinson is nicknamed the Salt City because it was built above some of the richest salt deposits in the world, and salt is still actively mined, processed, and shipped from Hutchins, Kansas. There are apparently people like walnuts there because there are 27 walnut creeks in the state.
Fascinating.
The Hugoton gas field is the largest natural gas field in the U.S., and it underlines all or parts of 10 southwestern Kansas counties, as well as parts of Oklahoma and Texas. The gas field underlies almost 8,500 square miles, an area nearly 5 times as large as the state of Rhode Island.
Jeez.
Wow. The Kansas Geological Society has cataloged at least 528 caves in 37 Kansas counties. Comanche County has at least 128 caves, and Barber County has at least 117. Between 1854 and 1866, 34 steamboats paddled up the Kaw River, the Kansas River. One made it as far west as Fort Riley.
Legit.
In 1990, Kansas wheat farmers produced enough wheat to make 33 billion loaves of bread, or enough to provide each person on Earth with 6 loaves.
Wow.
Yeah. Holy Cross Shrine in Pfeiffer was known as the 2-cent church because the building was built using a 2-cent donation on each bushel of wheat sold by members of its church. Kansas produced a record 492.2 million bushels of wheat in 1997, enough to make 35.9 billion loaves of bread. I guess by then it wasn't enough to provide each person with bread around the world.
Right.
George Washington Carver, the famous botanical scientist who discovered more than 300 products made from peanuts, graduated from high school in Minneapolis, Kansas, in 1885. This is an interesting one. The first United Methodist Church in Hutchins was built in 1874 during the time of the grasshopper plagues. The grasshoppers came during the construction of the church's foundation, but the pastor continued with the work. As a result, thousands of grasshoppers are mixed into the mortar of the original building's foundation. That's really weird. And our last one, this goes out to Joe specifically because he mentioned it earlier about having Pizza Hut here. The world's famous fast food chain of Pizza Hut restaurant opened its first store in Wichita.
Huh. I did not know that.
And thank you, everybody, for joining me this week in another episode of this Freakin' State of Mind. Please come back next week, and you will learn more about our next state. Have a wonderful night. Or day, whatever time you want to listen to this.
Word.
Word. Oh, shit. Hey, Joe, what you freaking on this week?
Rest and relaxation. Or snow. They're pretty integrally connected this week for me. This week up in Connecticut here, we got about 14 inches of snow, and so I haven't really actually been at work since like Monday. So, kind of nice.
I wish we had 14 inches of snow.
Right?
That'd be amazing.
Such pretty snow, too. Love it. Colin, how about you? What are you freaking on this week?
What am I freaking on this week? I think I'm freaking on this week about the fun that I actually had installing a drop ceiling. Actually, yesterday, I helped my cousin install a drop ceiling in one of the rooms in his basement. And it was very enjoyable because I actually learned how drop ceilings are installed and had quite a bit of fun doing it at the same time.
Nice.
So.
What is a drop ceiling?
It's like most of you'll see them in a lot of offices. It's not the actual ceiling.
It's
Because
like
usually
where they break something down with wires and you can put tiles on it
Yeah.
or whatever. Gotcha.
Yeah, the little tiles. It hides all your piping and stuff.
Nice. I did not know that that's what that was called. It makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
Instead, I knew that elephants are pregnant for a year and a half. So.
Priorities in life, really.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
Travis, what are you freaking on?
This week is the first week of my new job.
Yeah.
So I'm freaking on the fact I get to go in and train in something new and exciting and different. I'll get to give it my all and shit like that.
Heck yeah.
Oh yeah, do what I know how to do, and that's just be awesome, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I just got I've been working on the whole new sleeping schedule because the new job's a second shift job, so I work from 3 in the afternoon until midnight. So I've been staying up till like 2, 3 in the morning and trying to sleep into like 10, 11 o'clock, sometimes noon and shit. So
Nice.
Yeah, it's rough, but yeah, it's all part of life, you know. I just got to get through this, and then who knows? Hopefully, as the company grows, maybe they open a new shop closer to home, and I can transfer. You know, if not, maybe something on days will open up. You know, just one day at a time.
Yep.
But yeah, that's gonna be my week. Starting on Monday, I'll be my new job Monday through Friday.
Sweet action.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of sweet, to the listeners out there, just give you a kind of quick heads up. What we're going to be doing next week is we're going to have a guest on our show. I think it's the first guest of 2017.
I believe you're correct.
All right.
It is.
Is that right? So we're going to have our first guest of 2017 coming on. I hope I don't mess up his last name, but his name is Brian Lau. I think that's how you pronounce it. He'll be on the show. Lau. It's gotta be Lau, right? Lau.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm gonna call him Brian Lau until he corrects me next week, or he won't correct me. I could be right because I know shit. I know
Sure.
last names. Brian Lau is the creator of Staunch Ambition comic. We could I'll throw you if you guys want. Check out the show notes of this week's show. We'll just put the website in there so you can check them out. Kind of get a quick heads up on what you expect to see next week. But yeah, we're gonna have him come on. We're gonna talk about his comic book, a little bit about him, the crew that he works with, and everything. Um, I looked at the website a little bit when I started talking to him, and they have like this promo video that is absolutely amazing, and I'm excited to talk to him a little bit about that. How I kind of see how I compare his promo to or his presentation video to like old wrestling promos that really caught my eye. So I'm excited to talk to him about that. Um, hey Joe,
Yes.
when our listeners, want to take a break from finding out how long elephants are pregnant for, um, and they want to listen to Geek Cast Joe a little more, where can they go?
If you want to listen to more Geekcast Joe, you can find me over at the Geekcast Live podcast at gcl.ninja. You can also find me over on Facebook, iTunes, SoundCloud, Twitter, and YouTube by searching Geekcast Live.
Awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks again for listening to our show. Again, you can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook just by searching This Freakin' Show. If you're listening to this, you obviously found us on one of our many podcast sites, iTunes, Podbean, Stitcher, Google Play. If you happen to go on iTunes and listen to us there, give us a 5-star rating and review. It helps us out a lot, and then makes us look more popular than what we really are. To keep with the new tradition for 2017, I'm going to end this show with another quote from the great Will Rogers that states, "Too many people spend money they haven't earned to buy things they don't want to impress people they don't like." As always, I am Travesty.
I'm Awkward Fallon.
And I'm Geekcast Joe.
Thank you for listening to another episode of This Freakin' Show. I'm out.